Okay, so today's story, The Great Flood. The earth became filled with violence, and the thoughts of every man's heart were evil all the time, except for some very special people, Noah and his family. And the Lord said, "My spirit shall not strive with man long like it has been. 120 days shall be the lifespan and no more." Noah found grace with God. He and his family were good people who loved God and prayed and worshiped every day. Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Yeah, and they had 3 wives. 3 wives. And of course, there was Noah's wife here, Noah's wife. And so these were the people that God found grace for. And God came to Noah as he was praying, and he said, "The world is full of wickedness and violence. I am sorry that I have made man. It has gotten so bad that the works of every man are only evil continually. There, the end of all flesh is before me. Noah, you must make an ark, a giant boat, and take all the animals and your family. But you are to take the clean animals by 7s and the unclean animals by 2s. Make the ark of gopher wood so big that it will fit all the animals that I have ordained and your family." And Noah was very sad, but he said, "Yes, Lord, I will do as you say." And so he and his family started construction on the ark. They bought wood. They bought all sorts of tools. And they cut down trees as well. And they started to work. And it was a very, very big job for these people. And people from the city nearby would come to see what was happening. Oh, they were very curious. And they said, "Noah, what are you doing?" And Noah said, "It is going to rain." They said, "What is rain? We have never had rain." Noah said, "Rain is when water comes from the sky." They said, "Noah, you are crazy. What are you talking about?" But Noah continued to build the ark. And Noah preached to the people for 120 years while he was building the ark. Back then, people lived very long, you know. But from this point on, the lifespan is now down to 120 years. But Noah is already 600 years old, and he will continue to live quite a while. And so he preached and preached 120 years to a very large crowd who came to see the ark. And finally, it was done, and everyone laughed and said, "Noah, this is crazy. We don't understand." And so Noah and his family took food and put it on the ark. And it was enough food for animals and people for a very long time. And one day the Lord sent the animals. Noah did not have to find them. They came on their own, because even the animals know to obey God. And so the llamas came 2 by 2, The monkeys came 2 by 2. The kangaroo came 2 by 2. The pandas came 2 by 2. The rhinoceri came 2 by 2. And we had snakes come. We had tigers come. We had dogs come. All the animals came 2 by 2 except the clean animals. So we had 7 chickens. We had 7 lambs. We had 7 goats. And so on. 7 oxen. And some birds came as well. 7 pigeons. Pigeons are clean animals, believe it or not. And so they all went into the ark of their own accord. And then Noah said to his family, the animals are here. The animals are here and we are ready. So make your last preparations. And so they made their last meal and they got ready and they too went aboard the ark. And the Lord shut the door miraculously. It was a very heavy door. It had to be shut by God. And the ark stayed for 7 days and nothing happened. And on the 7th day, there came a fluffy white cloud, but no rain yet. And at the end of the 7th day came rain clouds, great gigantic rain clouds, thunder and lightning, which had never been since the beginning of the world. Suddenly, the deep burst open. There were cracks in the ground called fault lines, and water came up from underneath the crust of the earth. Whoosh! Oh, it was terrible. And before you know it, the whole earth was filled with water. And there go the dolphins that didn't need to go on the ark. Yeah, the whole earth was filled with water. And the water went 25 feet above the highest mountain. And all that had the breath of life, man and beast, lost their lives except those 8 souls that were on board the ark. The waters prevailed 150 days. Well, it rained for 40 days and 40 nights, but the waters on the earth prevailed for 150 days. And Noah reached out and said, "It is not raining, but look, the earth is full of water. We cannot get out. No, we cannot get out until this ark lands on dry land." And so God sent a great wind, and the wind evaporated the water into the air. And so eventually the ark hit dry ground, landed on Mount Ararat in a country we now know as Turkey. Yes, the ark was safe. It was the 10th month when the ark landed, and 40 days later, Noah sent out a raven. A raven is like a black crow. It's a very big black bird. He sent out a raven to see, what will this raven do? Will it find a place to rest and food, or will it return to the ark? He also let out a dove. Yes, he let out the dove as well. The dove returned. Because she found no food, she found no place to rest the sole of her foot. Then, 7 days later, he let the dove out again. And the dove came back with an olive branch. Yes, the dove had found something that could make food. An olive tree can make food. olives. So Noah knew that it was very safe and the time was very near to exit the ark. And he let out the dove again. The dove did not return. So he opened the ark. He let out the birds. He opened the door to the ark, and he got ready to leave the ark. And then suddenly the animals burst forth when they realized that it was time to leave. All the animals exited the ark safely. And we had 7 of the clean animals and 2 of the unclean. And so the mommy and daddy animal can make a baby, right? And 7 animals, clean animals, can make babies and can be serving as food as well and sacrifice. So they walked out into a very different world. Before the flood, there was so much land and very little sea. There were no fault lines. Everything was perfect, and the water was coming from the dew. It came up from the earth and from the air every morning to water the plants. But after the flood, the earth was about 75% water. And there were fault lines which could cause earthquakes. And it would start raining again. From now on, there would be rain. No more would the dew water everything only, but there would be rain for the plants. And so God created a rainbow, the very first rainbow. And you may know that rainbows are created from water droplets. And so it was the very first rainbow above the ark. And Noah was so grateful when he and his family left the ark. He was so grateful. He had to thank God. Oh, yes, he had to thank God immediately. And so he sacrificed one of the rams to God, and a sweet-smelling aroma went up to the Lord. And the Lord appeared to Noah and said, "Dear Noah, you are now safe. Be fruitful and multiply. The fear of man will be upon all the animals, but you will be able to conquer the world of animals. You may start to eat meat. All that moves is meat for you. And I make my covenant with you. I set my rainbow in the sky as a covenant that I will never flood the earth again." Yes, whenever you see the rainbow in the sky, you will know that the earth will never be destroyed by water again. And so Noah and his family started to build and multiply upon the earth.
The end. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you again.